Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Anna and I am here today with a flip through of this botanical style junk journal. It is made out of a repurposed book that is called Wayside and Woodland Blossoms, and that was originally published in 1948. It is, let's see, it's 5 inches by 6 3/4, and the spine is an inch. I have done not much to the cover. I have put a few little labels down here and a Swedish botanical stamp, and that's about it. I have made a closure because this journal quickly turned quite chunky, and I have made a closure out of seam binding. That is just attached with a big brad on the back of the spine. And if you don't like the closure, you could snip it off and even take the brad out if you like. This book is sewn in, the signatures are sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It has a hidden hollow back spine, as you can see, and it has a total of 156 pages, so it is a bit chunky. Yeah, let's begin the flip through. I think we have covered all the basics. It has 7 inserts. I didn't say that. 7 signatures. Looking like that. Quite a nice book bum. The end papers are made out of dictionary pages that I have backed on cardstock. Here there is some stenciling, and put a little flower down there. It looks like someone put their coffee cup on the book. And I think that I like that a bit rough and grungy look. This is the original first page of the book, and I just put a pussycat on it. And this one was published in 1948, and the first edition was published in 1941, it seems. I have put in some Tim Holtz vellum in there, here and there in the book. This is tea-dyed paper that I made. This is a piece of botanical from a journal about artists of botanical books, and I backed it with some eco-dyed paper, covered the text, and put a little Tim Holtz ephemera thing there. Here is some stationery, quite new, and this is a pocket made out of a vintage book page, and I put some another Tim Holtz ephemera on it and flipped it up, and this is a pocket on this side, and here is just a print that I put in here. And here is the original fly leaves of the book, one of them, and that flips out and you can journal all over the back, and I secured it here with some washi tape. The washi tape used throughout the book is new, and I have made it a bit stronger by running it over a glue stick, so it is stronger adhesive than it usually is. This is some page from another botanical old book. A small label up there. More tea-dyed paper. And that tea-dyed paper backs this one. This is the fly leaf, the first page of another old botanical book, for a school botanical book from Sweden. And I thought that was quite beautiful, so I backed it. It was falling apart and I wanted to use it, so I backed it with tea-dyed paper. Here is the rest of the botanical book about the artists of flora botanical books, and here's a little flip out. You can journal on the back of that one, and there's a little label that I stamped numbers on. rest of that one. And more tea dye paper. And here's the back of the vellum paper. And this is pages from the original book. And on this little, on this tea dyed paper, I stamped a small tree. You can see? I thought that was quite cute. And here is another flip, and there's some vellum there and a small botanical Tim Holtz camera, and that flips out. More pages from the original book. I have used at least one in each signature because they have beautiful pages. This is actually some old wrapping paper that I used, and it had a small whip in it, so I remember it was some botanical washi tape. Put a little flower up there. Here are some more, of course, botanical images that are backed, so you can journal on the back of them. This is a first day cover from Åland, and I love the spring flowers. These are common spring flowers here in Sweden as well. And since it's a first day cover, this side is a pocket, and inside the pocket there is a small excuse me, I have another cold coming, postcard kind of image that is tea dyed. And this is a note that was in the original book, where the author wants to have flowers sent to him for identification, and I thought it would go back into the book. Here is another flip. This is some paper that I eco-dyed a few years ago with roses from my own garden, and that little forget-me-not is backed with some other paper, so you can journal there as well. And here is another little botanical image. I have packed this book full. I had so much fun. It's a little stamp on that page from the original book, and a small Tim Holtz camera piece. Tea dye paper. And here is the other fly leaf of the book. I was going to use those as end papers again, but I wanted the dictionary pages as well. A small image there. Here are images from a book about peonies. Love those. And a small offcut of, from a botanical book. More tea dye pages and more vellum. Here in the center is a lovely image about of tulips, and some in different stages. This was a color plate from an old dictionary, and that's the rest of the vellum. Here's a small flip out, and there is a small piece of scrap. I don't know what they're called in English. In Swedish we call them bokmärken, and these are chrysanthemums. You collected those when I was a kid. And this is a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera that I aged a bit with some distress ink. And the lovely ferns there. More eco-dyed pages. And this one flips out with some ivy. You can journal all the way back here. And more of the botanical washi tape. This is another pocket I made in my Use It or Lose It, with a piece of a book page and a fussy cut and a little label. I thought that turned out really nice. Here's another one of those tea dyed. I believe this is a Tim Holtz one, and there is a piece of stationery as well. You can write on there. Then we have more. This is pages from the original book and tea dyed pages. And more pages from the original book. And here is a pocket that is in the shape of a tag. And I put a small collage on it. And inside is a journaling card that I made. A beautiful image of a cork oak. And this is a 6x6 paper, and if you flip over, it looks like another tag, but this one flips out and you can journal on the back there. Quite cute. This is the old dust jacket of the book, with a small stamp down there. And more covered up text that you can journal instead. And a little stamp from Bulgaria. Lovely botanical images from the same book about the artists of botanical books. And that one is also covered up, that side. More of the dust jackets, and this is actually the front of it. Very beautiful, if you ask me. And I thought it would go back into the book. Sorry. Here is more botanical images, not from the original text block, I think. This one is from the original text block. And more tea-dye paper. And that is another flip. And as you can see, there is plenty of writing space, or space to use put your own kind of ephemera in. Even though it is quite packed already, there's lots of space left. Here's a little flip out that covers up this little sample thing that I did with some images from a Semperia paper pad. It's looking kind of like botanical samples. That was the intent. And here's another pocket made out of a book page with some botanical images. And I have a pocket behind it with some collector's cards from Sweden. Genuine vintage ones. And inside it there is a tag that I made out of a piece of collage masterboard. Let's see if I can get it in there. Here we go. And here is a small piece of a very small book about flowers that I put there. This kind of peekaboo vellum pages, I got the idea from Tux craft table, and I made this in my last use it or lose it, and I thought it kind of looked very nice here. This is the original spine of the book, of the dust jacket, and it was quite worn, so I glued it onto some this is actually the end papers from my bigger botanical journal I just finished. And on the other side it had some gold pattern, and I thought I would tack it onto there. Kind of, you know, the Japanese, what's it called, kitsugue, where you mend things that is broken with gold to enhance the beauty of the item. And I thought kind of that looks nice. And here is another piece of the dust jacket, and I have folded it over and made it into a pocket. Inside the pocket is a tea-dyed card. Very nice. And there is another Swedish botanical stamp. Lots of vintage stamps in here. This is a page from another botanical book. And I love that image with the cottages. And that's more. This is from the original book. Lots and lots of botanical images in that one as well. And tea-dye paper, and back of the peekaboo vellum thingy. I don't know what to call it. Embellished pages from the original book. And more of that small one. And more writing space with tea-dyed paper. And another flip. Almost all of the tea-dyed pages are flips, so they give you extra journaling space. And that's just a botanical image I put there. This is a piece of old stationery that I opened up. It was one of those who folded up, and now you have extra journaling space there. That's from the original text block. Here's a small botanical piece of stationery I received in Happy Mail. And here is another one of those color plates from a dictionary. Very nice, I think. Put a little sticker up there, and the rest of the stationery. And here is this is a clip-on pocket, so it goes around the edge, and there is 2 pockets. So here is, I made this also in my Use It or Lose It. So here is some old images from old books that I cut out of another book and backed onto paper, so you can journal on them. Made them into journaling cards. And here is another journaling card that I made in my Use It or Lose It. And you just, this can move anywhere in the book. And I just clipped it on here. Like that. And where did the clip go? There it is. Those mini paper clips. That's the rest of the stationery that I opened up here. That's from 1975. So it's vintage, I believe. No, it's not. Anyway, more tea-dyed paper and pages from the original book. Here's another small pocket that I made in my Use It or Lose It. Inside it is a tarot card that I backed with ledger for you to journal on. More of the Tim Holtz vellum, and on this flip made out of tea-dyed paper is a small Stamperia image. This is from an old book from 1921, an old botanical book. I think it was a school book, actually. And a small bouquet of flowers up there. Some ledger and more botanical images from the original text block. Lovely images, I think. And more ledger. Here is a pocket I made in my Use It or Lose It. That is an old scrappy glassine envelope that I mended with some faux cellophane tape. I put a doily on, a label, and a fussy cut rose. And if you flip it, this is a pocket. And here is a small journaling card that I made. This is a clothes tag that I covered with text paper, and you can journal inside and put some fussy cuts on it. And here is another small botanical image. And more tea-dyed paper. And the rest of the vellum. And this is the last page out of the original text block as well. And here is a small flip with that tree with ivy on. I thought that was quite beautiful. And we have reached the back, which is also a dictionary page with botanical image and a small stenciling up there. So that was all for Wayside and Woodland Blossoms. That I finished today. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make a comment down below, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would be happy if you did. I will be back with new projects very soon, but as you might hear, I am currently on the way of going down with another cold, so I might be making some stuff off camera actually. I will see what happens. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you have had a great weekend, and I wish you all a great next week. Bye.